I grew up in a town called Swindon, which is at the beginning of the West Country in England. And it's right in the middle of the Wiltshire Downs, which is a landscape of rolling hills. And it's an industrial place. It was a Roman settlement that was turned into a railway town by a man called Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who built the Great Western Railway in Swindon. I couldn't wait to leave. I didn't want to go and work in the railways. But when we were growing up, we lived in this house at the edge of town, and my brother and I shared this room at the back of the house that had these big windows, and we could see from there, we could see the sort of weather coming, always came from the southwest. We could see the most amazing sunsets. And both of us were really getting into music when we were from about 8 or 9 years old. My brother was 18 months older than me, so I had to wait a bit, until I could bring a girl back until I was about 13. Till he left, because he went to the Navy when he was like 15. But I just remember that he and I would look out of that window into the western sky and think that our heroes were out there, which of course they were. And for me, I was the one who got to come to this country, to the land of every English guitar player and all his heroes at that time, from the Beatles to the Stones to everybody to the Shadows. And I was the one lucky enough to come here, the two of us. And one of the first things I did was go to Lubbock in Texas. My buddy Holly was born there, and of course he was the hero for all of us in those days. And I went to Tupelo, Mississippi, and Memphis. That's when I realized Elvis didn't go very far in his life. In my mind, for all of us, I thought Tupelo was like 1,000 miles from Memphis, but it's not really, is it? It's just that little. But and of course Nashville. But that image of that window and that sky always stayed with me, and I can see it to this day and at this moment. And this song really is about the things that I remember, people that I've known and loved and passed through in my life and that I've been attached to. But it always comes back to that period, and this is the title track from the album. This is called The Western Sky. Isn't it a strange world with you and me, gazing at each other through a misty scene of what might have been, dreaming of the green hills where we could fly, listening to the night bird that made us cry with its lullaby. But we'll overcome and stand on my heights. But we'll be together in our dreams. As we look around us, the world goes on. We're strangers in a strange land, just
trying to find where we don't belong. Shadows in the darkness, just passing through. But now that I've found you, well, I realize what I've got to do. We'll overcome and stand on our heights. We'll be together in the end. And stand on my heights. We'll be together in the end. Out of the horizon, the west wind sighs. Little adventure is waiting there in the western sky. Bring me some redemption. Take me home. Take me where my heart lies. Now I know that I'm not alone. And we'll overcome and stand on my heights. We'll be together in a dream. In the end, in our dreams, in the end, in our dreams.